Here are the top stories at this hour. Solar panels became a hot topic at the Leesburg City Council meeting earlier this week. A new solar facility will be 5 acres in size and will sell power to Georgia Power. In return, surrounding residents will receive clean energy, and Leesburg Farm Services will lease out some of its land.
And the city of Sylvester is making some changes to the police department. After almost 7 months as police chief, Kenneth Washington is being reassigned. The Sylvester City Manager, Atron Hayes, says the change is an effort to realign the department to better fit the community. The interim police chief will be former Assistant Tifton Police Chief Raymond Drennan.
Welcome back to Fox 31 News at 10. I'm Aaron Leedy.
And I'm Nicole Williams. So in national news, a shootout lands a Florida police officer and a suspect in the hospital. Jacksonville Beach police now say the suspect was walking along a road when he fired at an officer's patrol car. The suspect fled to the area near Waffle House, where several police officers pursued. The suspect and police officer exchanged gunfire. The officer and the suspect were later transported to the hospital with gunshot wounds, but both have non-life-threatening injuries.
Authorities say the 5 adults arrested during a raid on a New Mexico compound were training kids to become school shooters. And as authorities wait to learn the identity of human remains found at the compound, court documents allege 39-year-old Siraj Wahaj was conducting weapons training for the children found on the grounds and teaching them to commit school shootings. All 5 have been charged with 11 counts of felony child abuse.
3 females who we believe are the mothers of the children. The 2 males, as the sheriff indicated earlier, one being the father of the child that was reported missing.
Wahaj is facing 1 additional charge for the alleged abduction of his son. The judge ordered Wahaj to be held without bail. The FBI has now joined the investigation, but no federal charges have been filed.
A police officer and 2 firefighters in Texas are recovering tonight after a house fire. An officer called dispatchers when he saw smoke and flames coming from the home's roof. Crews responded and began fighting the flames. The fire was under control in about an hour. 2 firefighters and a police officer needed medical treatment. All are expected to be okay. The cause of the fire is under investigation, but it appears a lightning strike may be to blame.
Nikki Haley recently visited the Colombian border, where the financial crash in Venezuela is creating a humanitarian crisis. Circa's Russ Reed has more.
UN Ambassador Nikki Haley visited the Colombian border this week, bringing attention to the growing humanitarian crisis in neighboring Venezuela.
Venezuela used to be a thriving, successful country. And now you look at our Venezuelan brothers and sisters, and they're having to cross this bridge to get food and medicine.
At least 1 million Venezuelans have crossed into Colombia over the past year, according to Agence France Presse. It's a direct result of the financial crisis faced by Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro's government. Haley said the U.S. has already given $60 million in relief funding. She pledged another $9 million to help the Colombian government during her trip.
The $9 million more will go towards water sanitation. It'll go to health needs. It will go to sterilizations and medicines and things like that to really help the Venezuelan people.
Venezuela's inflation rate is expected to reach 1,000,000% by the end of the year, according to the International Monetary Fund, risking total economic collapse of the country. And the problem doesn't appear to be getting any better, especially after an alleged assassination attempt against Maduro last weekend. Haley expressed doubt the status quo could continue much longer.
We really have to question how long can this be sustainable. At some point, Maduro is going to have to be dealt with.
For Circa in Washington, I'm Russ Reed.
All right, here's another look at weather for you. We've been talking about the rain really all week long. That's okay. It's actually going to continue. At least we got a little bit of a break, and it wasn't as widespread over the last couple of weeks that we've seen. However, we are continuing to see rainfall and be added to the rain gauge as well. Here's a look at some of the areas seeing some rain over the last 24 hours. Coffee, Berrien, into Atkinson, up into northeast Ben Hill, Crisp, northern Worth County seeing some rain, and Colquitt picking up the most of rain in the last 24 hours. Those blue shades seeing about 1 inch of rain just in the last 24 hours. Now, if you didn't see rain in the last day, that's okay. We do still have some rain chances in the mix. Today, temperatures were nice, at least seasonable. It was hot. It's going to stay hot. And I show you this because even though that's what the temperature read, that's what the temperature felt like. We didn't make any record-breaking heat today, but we are expected to cool off just a little bit more into the overnight. 74 degrees through the overnight. Patchy fog possibly. Be careful as you're heading out onto the roadways.